Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be showing you how I made this beautiful black pearled dress for a little princess. It's simple, stylish, and perfect for special occasions. So if you want to see how this dress was made, keep watching my video and let's get started. The first thing you want to do is check for the part of the fabric that stretches the most. That will be the part that will be on fold. I'll be working with shoulder 9, the chest 22, and the length of the dress 22 inches. On the shoulder line, I'll be marking 4.5, that's my shoulder measurement divided by 2. I will also mark 2.5 inches for my neckline. So for the 4.5 inches, I'll go down by half an inch. That would be for the shoulder slope. So for the neckline, I will go down by 2.5 inches also, and draw a line to the side on the folded part of the fabric. Next is to make a curve for the neckline. So I noticed that there was an excess part of the fabric by the neckline, by the shoulder part of the fabric, so I had to trim that off. And the next thing I'm going to do here is to mark from the shoulder slope downward 4.5 inches. That's my shoulder divided by 2. The next thing is to extend the line to the side. On the armhole, I will locate the middle and go in by half an inch. That is when you divide the 4.5 by 2, I'll get the middle of it, mark it, then from that middle, I'm going to go in by half an inch, mark it, and make a curve for the armhole. For the chest area, I'll divide 22 inches by 4, which will give me 5.5 inches. So I'm going to input that measurement on my fabric. Then I will add 1.5 inches as sewing allowance. So finally, from the shoulder slope, I'll mark down the length of the dress, which is 22 inches, but I'm going to add a sewing allowance of 1 inch, which is 23 inches. For the allowance I added on the chest line, I will slant my ruler and just connect it to the length of the dress as seen in the video. If you find this video helpful, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and please kindly like my videos and share my videos as well. So the next thing is to make a curve by the side as seen in the video. Next, I'll go ahead and cut it out. Before we continue, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's a perfect place if you want to see more of what I do. And if you want to shop more of your kids clothing that you see here, head over to 1709_kids_wear on Instagram. Now let's get back to the fun. So after cutting it out, I'm going to set the front piece aside and then take my fabric and fold into half again. Please don't forget that we're working with the fabric, the side of the fabric that stretches the most. That will be on fold. So just try and adjust your fabric properly so that when we are cutting the back piece, we won't have a fold or an excess. So for the back piece, I'm going to place the front pattern piece that we drafted and cut earlier on the folded part for the back piece. For this time, I'm going to leave like 1 inch or 1.5 inches extra. That will be for the zipper allowance. Also, for the back neckline, I won't go as deep as the front neckline. Instead of 2.5 inches, I'll just go down by 1 inch. So mark it and make a curve nicely by the neckline for the back. Don't forget, it's just 1 inch downwards. Then mark it and make a curve and extend it to the zipper area. After marking everything out, I'll cut it, and don't forget to separate the back piece, that's the zipper area, into 2 equal halves, and then cut any extra excess on the fabric, either the front or the back, because sometimes the back is always longer than the front, or the front is always longer than the back because of a stretchy kind of scuba fabric. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. So after cutting the zipper part like you're seeing in this video, I'm cutting the zipper part open like I explained earlier, and then we'll go straight to the next part. Next, I'll go ahead and cut a facing for both the front piece and the back piece of the fabric. We've already drafted the front and the back of the main fabric, but we're cutting a facing because we're going to turn the armhole, the neckline, the zipper part in. Also, if you're in Lagos and you're looking for high quality scuba fabric, you can check Balogun Market, that's Lagos Market, or Tejuosho Market or Oshodi Market. That's the major market that I know that they sell Scuba Fabric. You can also get them maybe around your area. I don't know, those people that sell fabric and tailoring materials, you can also get them there sometimes. So yeah, I usually get mine from Oshodi Market and sometimes Tejuosho Market, because there are sometimes that you won't find a particular color you're looking for in this market. You have to go to the next market. But I know in Lagos Market, that's Balogun, they sell a lot of scuba fabrics there as well. So enough of the hints that I'm giving you anyways. Okay, so after cutting your facing for both the back and the front pieces, we are going to move to the next step where we're going to use a pattern. This pattern is for the circles under the dress, like underneath the dress, not underneath, like by the bottom of the dress. So that I'm going to cut a circle right now, like a lot of them, for the bottom of the dress. When I say a lot of them, I'm not talking about you're going to cut multiple pattern for the circle. I'm talking about the fabric itself, but we're just cutting one pattern for the multiple circles that we're going to cut from the fabric. The next thing I did was to mark out from that edge, from that corner, 3.5 inches. I think I did 3 inches. I did 3.5 actually initially, but it was too big for me, so I had to trim it out. It was too big for what I wanted to use it for, so I had to trim it out because it was just too big. Yeah, at this point I was already trimming it out, so I'm just going to cut half an inch away from the 3.5 that I've already cut in the first place. So this is the pattern that we're going to be using to cut the multiple circles for the bottom of the dress. If the circles, if the fabric that we cut is not enough, you can as well go back and use that pattern to cut more circles. So moving on, I had to cut multiple circles. I said fabric, sorry, multiple circles. To make it faster, I folded my fabric in like enough, and then I'll cut that with the pattern that I had drafted earlier. So I'm cutting a lot of circles. If it's not enough, like I said, you're going to just pause a bit, then continue. Then if it's not enough, you can cut more of that circles to place on the bottom of your main dress. That's the A-line dress. So you can see the multiple circles that I have cut. Mind you, these circles, they were not enough. So it takes a lot of, fabric, scuba fabric. You have to buy like more yardage of scuba to make this. Moving on to the front part, I will start adding pearl to the front part of the dress. I am only adding pearl to the front part of the dress, please. But it's your choice. If you want to add to the back, you can as well add to the back. So I am using a pearl machine to attach this pearl to my fabric. That's the front part. But if you don't have that, you can use needle and thread to attach your pearl. Moving on, I'm just trying to explain how you attach the facing. So I'll take the front facing with the front fabric and then sew the armhole, and then I'll sew the neckline together. And also I'll take the back piece and do the same process as I do with the front piece, but I'm going to leave 1 inch sewing. I won't sew the zipper part all the way down. For the zipper part, I'm not going to sew it all the way down. I'm just going to leave 1 inch because of the zip turning. So after doing that, I went over to my sewing machine and stitched where I told it to stitch. You can see the 1 inch zipper allowance there. So the next thing I will do is to place my front piece to my back piece. I'll place my front piece of the dress to my back piece of the dress to join the arm area. So after joining the arm area, I'm going to go over to my sewing machine and do that, and I'm going to join the sides of the dress as well, both sides of the dress, to make it one piece. So moving forward, after joining the sides together, the shoulders together, to make one piece, I'm going to open it up and then start attaching my circles, those multiple circles that we cut pattern for, and the plenty circles that we cut. We're going to start attaching it to the bottom of the dress. So here I'm trying to explain to you how I'm going to attach the circle, because I'm not just going to use my sewing machine here. I'm not going to show you that process because it's a long video already. So you can see I am folding the circle into half, I'm going to leave the zipper allowance out and sew all the way down, and I'll do everything the same way all the way down round the bottom part of the dress. So I'm just going to do that and then sew it closely to each other. Please don't leave too much space, because when we are done with the dress, it will look funny. So just go ahead and sew the circles round. You can see I am done sewing the circles here, and after, you can see how beautiful it came out. You can see the circles are much already. It takes a lot of fabric actually, and this is just for a 4-year-old. So the next thing, I join the zipper side and then I'll fix my zip. So right here, I'm going to cut a circle that is like 4 inches wide, like measuring it. When you want to cut a circle, just cut like 4 inches. Then I'm going to divide that circle into half, and this will be for the sleeves. So for the straight parts, there's a curved part and there's a straight part. I'm going to find the middle of the straight part and make a notch, and then pleat that side, that notch side. I'm going to pleat it and then attach it to the armhole area, but I'm going to shift inward. Like, I'm just going to attach it to the middle part of the shoulder, not the armhole side exactly. So you can see how I shifted to the middle part, and attach it to the sleeves to make a sleeve, kind of a cap sleeve. So thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoy making this video with me. See you in my next. Bye.